Imagine getting that call. You know, the one where someone tells you someone you love is gone.
Oh, God.
And the official explanation, suicide case, closed, but something just doesn't feel right deep down.
It's just the worst.
The details or fuzzy behavior leading up to it doesn't add up. Would you just accept that, or would you dig for the truth no matter how painful it might be?
That's tough.
And that is the situation that Amy Allan's family found themselves in.
Oh, wow.
So tonight we're going to untangle a story of love and betrayal and a family's pursuit of justice.
Yeah.
What starts as a seemingly open and shut case
Right.
quickly spirals into something far more complex.
These cases are never easy, are they?
No, they're not.
Peeling back the layers of someone's life, especially after a tragedy.
Right.
It's like walking a tightrope,
Yeah.
between respecting their memory and uncovering uncomfortable truths.
Absolutely. And to even begin to understand the gravity of what happened,
Yeah.
we need to understand Amy. And the research paints a picture of a vibrant young woman, a real girly girl.
I saw that.
Loved dresses, makeup, all those little touches that made her feel special.
Yeah.
Makes you wonder, what was she really like beyond the surface?
That detail about the girly girl, I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah.
It speaks to her personality, her desire to express herself, and tragically, that vibrancy
Right.
makes the circumstances of her death even more jarring. She
Right.
became a mother at 13, imagine that.
Gosh.
But she faced that challenge head on. She had a strong support system from her family.
Right.
She seemed to find her footing, found love with her high school sweetheart, Jimmy.
Yeah.
But as we'll see, that seemingly perfect relationship had a darker side.
Yeah, the research really dives into Jimmy's personality.
Yes.
And he comes across as incredibly driven, self-improvement, strict routines, that kind of thing.
I mean, those are good qualities.
They are.
To a certain extent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it seems that drive might have tipped over into something more controlling, wouldn't you say?
What's fascinating here is how those seemingly positive traits, ambition, discipline, can be twisted into tools of manipulation.
Wow.
The research suggests Jimmy had rules for everything.
Really?
Enforced strict discipline on the kids, even started isolating Amy from her family.
Gosh.
Control, it seems, was his currency.
And you see the impact of that control on Amy's son, Caleb.
Yes.
He describes a suffocating environment, eventually feeling he had no choice but to move out.
That's gotta be hard.
It's really sad.
Yeah.
Makes you wonder, what was it like for Amy living under that constant pressure?
Caleb's experience gives us a glimpse into the kind of pressure cooker environment that Amy was trapped in.
Yeah.
And it really underscores a chilling reality.
Yeah.
Abusers often isolate their victims,
Wow.
cutting them off from support systems, making them more vulnerable to manipulation.
So we have this picture-perfect couple.
Right?
But under the surface, there's tension control, a desperate need for one person to dominate the other.
Yeah.
And that brings us to the night everything changed.
The night that, on the surface, looks like a tragic end to a troubled marriage.
Right.
But as we'll see, the truth is far more sinister.
Yeah, it is.
Yes.
It is. We left off with Amy and Jimmy at a bar, an argument, and Amy decides to walk home alone.
Oh, boy.
What happened next is where things get really murky.
Okay.
We have Jimmy's frantic 911 call.
Mm-hmm.
He claims he found Amy hanging in the basement, says he tried to save her.
Right.
But even in this moment of supposed panic, something feels off.
Yeah, you pick up on that right away. It's those inconsistencies,
Yeah.
those little details that just don't quite fit.
Yeah.
The responding officers noted this strange calmness about Jimmy, lack of genuine tears, almost like a detached reaction to the paramedics.
Wow.
Desperately trying to revive his wife. Does that sound like someone who just witnessed their loved one in a life or death situation?
It's like those crime dramas where you just know the guilty party because they're just a little too composed.
A little too rehearsed.
Too rehearsed. Yeah, and here's where the case takes a turn. The investigation uncovers a secret. Amy had been keeping a 3-year online affair.
Oh, wow.
You think, aha, motive jealous husband.
Right.
But Jimmy's reaction to this throws a wrench in things.
It does. He seems genuinely surprised.
Right.
Almost dismissive of the idea that Amy would be capable of such a thing.
Uh-huh.
As if he's clinging to this idealized image of her.
Right.
An image that fits this narrative that he's trying to create.
So if the affair wasn't the driving force, what was...
Right.
This is where the focus shifts to the physical evidence you mentioned, the low basement ceiling earlier.
Uh-huh.
Could that be significant?
It's absolutely crucial. The forensic analysis confirms what the investigators suspected.
Okay.
It would have been physically impossible for Amy to hang herself in that basement.
Wow.
The ceiling was too low, the extension cord too short. Her feet would have been touching the ground.
It's like that one detail in a magic trick that gives the whole illusion away.
Exactly.
And once that happens, the rest starts to unravel.
Yeah.
The police didn't stop there, though, right?
Right. They dug deeper into the forensic evidence.
Okay.
The examination of Amy's neck revealed injuries that were consistent with strangulation, not hanging.
Oh, my gosh.
And this finding aligns with some chilling testimony from Caleb, Amy's son.
Right.
He recalled instances of Jimmy using similar chokeholds on him in the past.
Oh, that's awful.
But it paints a disturbing picture
Yeah.
of a pattern of violence of someone who's comfortable using force to control those around him.
So this wasn't just the heat of the moment.
No, this was calculated.
With the evidence piling up, Jimmy was arrested and charged with Amy's murder.
Wow.
But even then, he stuck to his story.
He did. Throughout the trial, he maintained his innocence, insisted that Amy took her own life.
Wow. But the truth has a way of revealing itself, doesn't it?
It does. The jury saw through the deception.
Good.
They found Jimmy guilty of second-degree murder.
Wow.
He was sentenced to 20 to 45 years in prison.
A bittersweet victory for Amy's family.
It is.
Justice was served, but it doesn't bring her back, and it doesn't erase the pain of her loss.
Of course not.
This case is about so much more than just one crime, though it raises questions about how we perceive those around us,
Yeah.
how we recognize the signs of manipulation and control.
And how we balance trusting those we love with recognizing those subtle red flags
Right.
that might be warning us of something darker.
Exactly. It's a reminder that appearances can be deceiving,
Absolutely.
that sometimes the people we think we know best can be the ones hiding the most dangerous secrets.
It's chilling, isn't it, to think that someone can build this elaborate facade,
Yeah.
this carefully constructed persona, while hiding such darkness underneath. It makes you question everything.
Yeah, what's particularly insidious about cases like this is that the abuser often uses these seemingly positive qualities,
Right.
ambition, discipline, a desire for self-improvement.
Right.
As tools of control, they twist these traits to manipulate and dominate their partner.
It's like they're playing a role. The perfect partner, the devoted spouse, but behind that mask,
Yeah.
there's a simmering need for control, for power.
How do we even see past those masks? How do we recognize the warning signs before it's too late?
That's the million-dollar question. And it's not always easy, is it?
No.
Because abusers are often skilled manipulators. They know how to charm, how to deflect blame,
Right.
how to make their victims doubt their own perceptions. But there are some red flags.
Okay. What are they?
Isolation is a big one.
Okay.
Controlling finances, a pattern of belittling or demeaning comments.
So it's about being aware, being attuned to those subtle shifts in behavior,
Yeah.
those inconsistencies that might signal something deeper, trusting your gut when something feels off,
Right.
even if you can't quite put your finger on why.
And it's about having those difficult conversations. If you see a friend or loved one in a relationship that exhibits some of these red flags, don't be afraid to express your concerns.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
It might be uncomfortable, but it could be life-saving.
You're right. Silence can be complicit sometimes. Just voicing your concerns can empower someone to take a step back
Yeah.
and reevaluate their situation.
Exactly. It plants a seed of doubt. It creates an opening for them to question what they've been accepting as normal.
This case, with all of its twists and turns, its heartbreaking loss and hard-won justice,
Yeah.
it leaves us with a chilling question. How well can you truly know anyone?
It's a great question.
And what steps can you take to make sure you're not overlooking those red flags, those subtle signs that something might be terribly wrong?
It's about being aware, being informed, and being willing to have those uncomfortable conversations that could make all the difference.
It's about remembering that behind closed doors, behind those carefully crafted facades, there are real people.
Yes.
It's real lives at stake. And it's up to all of us to be vigilant, to be compassionate,
Right.
and to stand up for those who might be trapped in the shadows.